keep getting ads for this Yashahime Princess Half Demon. I'm going to assume this is a spin-off of Inuyasha. Hi friends, so we're about to dive into the fourth to last episode of Your Lie in April. 4 episodes left, including this one. We've reached the end, which means we're going to reach the climax. We know where this is going. If they've been leading it up to it, we know it's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to happen or when exactly in what episode, but it's going to happen. And it's going to suck eggs. I don't quite know what my reaction will be. Now, when it came to crying my eyes out over a character death, come on, we know where this is going. On Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that was because I didn't expect it. It was like, wait, what? No, and it was so beautifully acted. This one's a little different because we know it's coming, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know what to expect in terms of like, how the characters are going to act, how they're going to interact. I think now, the odds are there's like this hope, there's, some, hey, maybe she'll, live. But I think everybody kind of knows that she's super sick and that she could die very, very soon. And it's not just, I think Kaori has really affected Kosei's life the most out of everybody. For sure, but obviously we haven't seen it, but she does have this really nice relationship with Watari. She has a bit of a relationship with Tsubuki too, also, which is great. And Tsubuki's friend, who I don't remember, who's been a very quiet, kind of interesting person to view. It's funny, when I was editing the last episode when Nagi and him were playing together, Watari's like going, woo! And like Tsubuki was like really happy as well, and then her friend was going. So her friend's very subdued, very controlled, pulled back a little bit, which is funny. Which kind of, it's funny when you have that friendship where there's someone who's really over the top and over dramatic, and somebody who's kind of a little bit more. I think she's a bit more of a people watcher, which is why, and she also knows her best friend really, really well. She's like, I know where this is going. But yeah, so much has happened since April, since spring, and wow, it's a really, really good show. I'm really impressed with it. I don't want it to end, which is why I'm holding off on watching the episodes. I'm like, I don't want it to end yet. Oh well. If you're new to the channel, hi. YouTube, the YouTube version of this reaction is heavily edited. Well, on the episode footage side, no sound, partial image, keeps the copyright monsters at bay, and it works. If you want to see the full reaction, click the link below to shoot, and you can watch the full reaction. Usually that's why these uploads take so long too, is that the YouTube version's ready to go. The BitChute one tends to take a little while. Anyway, without further ado, let's dive in. So she's dying. It's a risky surgery. I'm guessing she doesn't make it. But she's so desperate for the chance to win. So the odds are is that I guess she'll die anyway. That is inevitable. Not in terms of we all die someday, but in soon. That later. And the idea is the surgery could help restore something or prolong her life, but it's also risky, which means it might not. I really do think she must have some brain issue or spine issue. It's the only way to explain why she lost the use of her legs and losing her grip. It has to do with something. There's a pressure. I bet there's a pressure somewhere in her head. But it's a tumor. And it sucks, you know? It's like this. There are people who live not hundreds of years, but quite a long time, into the hundreds. And there are people who barely make it past 4 years old. 15. Unfortunately, it happens. I do like, you know, sometimes there are animes where I'm like, the first or the second song, I'll be like, I don't like that one. Even after a while, it doesn't grow on me. I really like both of them. First one's my favorite, but both are really good. That letter, man. It's gonna come into play. Sorry to Brownie. He looks very tense. Oh! Oh, it's their mock exams. Okay. There are moments when it's like so serious and so realistic, and then what's great is that it incorporates that's love. It incorporates the over-the-top anime moments like that. Like her friend called her up. Out. That's love. Oh, we came to visit her and she's not there. That looks really clean too. Oh, her family. Oh, I like how he viewed a person. Oh, like a big old panda bear. I love that. Sorry. Oh, PT. I don't think she'll be able to stand though. She's gonna have to stay in her seat. She comes across very positive, but she's having a rough time. I like hearing from her parents. It's really cool. So basically, they've kind of confirmed that she doesn't have a lot of time to begin with. Oh. Oh! I'm gonna bawl my eyes out at the end here, huh? So yeah, she doesn't have long to live, but the surgery might give her a little bit more time. Because she looks healthy too, weirdly enough. No, she's sweating a lot. Yeah, this show. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Of course, it comes back around. Yeah, full name. Oh. Her friend is so smart. That pen was kind of surprising. How does her friend know this? Wow. Her friend's looking up a lot of stuff, man. Her friend is so cool and so sensible. Wow, this is interesting. Her friend's really cool. She's tapping her phone. I wonder if she has a music background. Or she plays some. Her friend's so clever. I like her friend. But then also, she comes across so stoic and kind of serious. But then she has that goofy pen. You know, oh, that looks so good. You know, sometimes I will just, like, if I'm super tired, I will sleep like that on the couch, face down. On the floor, though. Does she know how to do a haircut? No, it's not. Oh my god. Oh, don't jack up his hair, please. I tried helping my brother. I tried cutting my brother's hair once. It wasn't good. I hurt him. It wasn't good scissors. I kept pulling his hair. Bad idea. I do not know how to cut hair. I'm not gonna attempt it. Don't screw his hair up. Oh, he ate all the food? She didn't even notice it. I don't know, this means a lot to him, more than you think. It is, you know, they do mean a lot to each other, which is really, really cute and sweet. I do love their relationship. It's very adorable. And it could be very sensible for them to someday, like, if they were live together someday, to or live near each other someday to become a couple. They would balance each other out really well. Oh, it's these exams. Okay. Oh, it's the competition. Wow, we just kind of zoomed into it, huh? Hey, just sitting and eating. I like her. Why is with people? Why? Okay, why is with people being personified as different kinds of bears, and he's a cow? Okay. Oh my gosh, calm down, Kosei. Oh, I've experienced that. He's giving him food. Did he make it, or did someone else make it for him? This is such a odd. Oh my gosh, they're being such simple kids right now. I love it. I know. Hmm. That's where your fight is, yeah, pretty much. It is an interesting mixture of like camaraderie and fight. Just a little bit. And he's being so nice and friendly and relaxed. Hmm. Wonder how this will affect him. Oh, look at the lighting. That was so cool. That's cool. I love moments like that where we're really not seeing what's actually happening, but we're seeing things from characters' minds. I love that. It's so cool. Oh, look at the way he's shadowed, like this big old X. Oh, his sister. Yeah, Nagi. Nagi's so cute. That's gotta be his girlfriend. Look at her. She's so stressed out. She's like, I don't know if she's praying or she's just stressed. It's gotta be his girlfriend. Breathe a little bit. So he was one of those crazy troublemakers as kids. He was so intense. Yeah. And found a way to put his energy in. And that's when he met her. That's so cool. Oh, and them. Though this has been deja vu then, that moment. Of seeing them eat together and hang out. This is the kind of thing where... Oh my gosh. Ooh, it's really good. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. No, it's... I mean... He sounds amazing to me. My gosh. But I've not really been saying all that much. But you know what I'm gonna say? Oh, and that's interesting how that's interesting how we're now seeing that moment from his perspective instead of hers. Because she's seeing him being this amazing hero racing to the top. And this time, and it was through his frustration, though. Cool. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. But they have the kind of, okay, everything's from his perspective. I was saying they had the kind of like competitiveness and camaraderie that could end up, if they're the same circles, could be competitors, but end up also being really good friends. I guess what's interesting about music is, yes, they're kind of enemies in a way if you're competing against stuff, but at the same time, you're competing against something you all equally love to do. It's not really a war of good versus evil. It's a war of within yourself to push to be better, and hopefully better than them. And she's so stressed for him. No. There we go. I'm missing a lot of stuff when it comes to music though, because I'm just like, this just sounds amazing. But I guess if you know what it's supposed to sound like, I don't know. To be honest, I have heard different artists perform the same songs, and some people just sound better than others. They might be playing the exact same way, but also they just sound different. And it just kind of really separates the greats from like the pretty goods or the really goods. That's so cool. Aww. She's so stressed for him. Oh, honey, you can cheer them both on. So. Daughter's funny. She's just like the whole time. You know what we haven't talked about? The people who are actually performing these pieces. Who's performing them? Because someone actually is performing these for the anime, I'm assuming. Yeah. Did we only see one piece or the second piece? Oh, so they did two pieces back to back. That's stressful. So who's him? Is it Adama or somebody else? Oh my gosh. There's so much going on here. I love it. Oh, of course. Mm. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, shut up. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. So this episode was really fun and amazing in a couple different ways. But yes, episode was fun and amazing in a couple of different ways. One of being just the playing. Chopin, I guess is how you say his name. I don't really. Anyway, it just occurred to me I remember I saying, "Oh, music's amazing." And I'm thinking, I just realized, who's performing these songs? Is it the same piano player? Are there different piano players? Do they have a piano player for Takashi? Do they have a player for do different characters get their own piano players? Or is it the same piano player? It just occurred to me, who's doing the music for this? It's so good. But it's funny when they're talking about their own spin and stuff like that. I'm thinking in my head, well, how do you know that? And then I realized, I remember I was hearing two different violinists play a certain piece. And one was really, really good. I liked it. But then I heard, like, the soloist, and I heard him play it, and I'm like, now I begin to understand the difference between a great violinist and a soloist violinist. Someone who's great, who gets to be a soloist. Just their own beautiful sound to it, their own, but it's the piece, but it's kind of alive. Like, when you listen to it, you're just like, yes, that's how it's supposed to sound. And you'll hear slightly different versions of it in different, from different players. But in the end, it's crazy impressive because they put their own spin on it, and it's amazing. Alright, let's keep talking about the episode. This episode was crazy impressive. I was so impressed by it. I liked that we get to kind of touch a bit on what, really getting more explicit conversation about, what Kaori is going through. It's kind of confirmed that she doesn't have long to live anyway. And so she probably has less than a year, maybe less, who knows. It's fascinating, not fascinating, but it probably very, very short amount of time. She won't make it through high school for sure. And so she's like, okay, let's try this dangerous, risky surgery. Because if it doesn't work, I'll die around the time I'm supposed to, maybe a little sooner. If it does work, I'll get a little bit longer to live, but I'll be able to do more stuff. Like walk and use her muscles. It's gotta be a brain thing or a spine thing. Something degenerate or a tumor, I'm not sure. But also getting to beautifully touch on what Tsubaki is feeling a little bit. It looks like the next episode is a bit more about Tsubaki. Maybe she'll actually tell him her feelings. We'll see. I love her friend. Her friend is so interesting. So you see them studying, you see her kind of like taking her notes. And her friend, maybe because she's outside of it, or maybe because she's such a people watcher, her friend seems to know more about what's going on than she does. And she's kind of telling Tsubaki to kind of relax. She goes, stop being jealous of the music. Encourage him. And I love that. It's a good friend. It is. But I love those little moments where this friend's so serious, but also the goofiness of having that stupid pen in her hand, which shows she has a bit of a whimsy side to her. You probably must be if you're friends with Tsubaki. Maybe they were friends, they started becoming friends because they both were in sports, or in the same sport together. But at the same time, there are slight differences with them. And Tsubaki's the talker, and her friend's kind of the listener of the two group of them. But I like the little moments when she was like tapping her foot and kind of like, I like when what's fun about animation is, yes, it still costs money, but it's fun when, I think, you can get more creative, like those moments where suddenly, he's sitting from the doors and then the light changes, the angle changes, it's like it's really dramatic, and we're seeing things from his mind and not just the reality of the situation. And they can do that, of course, with lighting and special effects and practical effects with live action stuff. But there's something so fun about animation where you can have, like, the phone yelling at him and talking at him like that. It would look out of place in realistic TV shows. I know sometimes if you're watching like Japanese TV shows or Korean, sometimes they'll have moments like that live, but it's still kind of weird. It's so uniquely and perfectly fits great with animation. And she's yelling at him, but I love those little moments when they're like arguing. It's funny, and how they're arguing so loudly that even Wadari and the rest of the soccer team are just listening in the gossips. But also how, Tsubaki, and it's not her actual exam, it's a mock exam, but how even in her mock exam she tried super hard and got a B. And even though she's supposed to be kind of like a dumb jock, which is kind of funny. Oh my gosh, there's so many fun moments like that. But I love that we really got to focus a little bit on the relationship dynamics between the three of them, between Emi, Takashi, and Aruma, Kosei, where we get to see them, like, they kind of had this sort of unspoken camaraderie between them because they were the best of the best in their area and their age group. And it's still, we didn't see the final performance, but odds are, or the, not final performance, but anyway, the two pieces they had to play for their entrance exams, so to speak, into the competition, I'm assuming. I don't know if we'll actually get to see Emi and Kosei's. We probably won't. That was really a Takashi moment, Takashi kind of getting his fire back in him, versus, it's funny with Emi, her fire kind of was lit again just by him being there, by him being close. And with Takashi, his fire was lit by striving to be the best, but also letting go of the facade, the mirage that he had of who Arima, who Kosei was. So I love that moment where, and there were some really fun parallels this episode, or bookends, where, meeting Kaori brought color into Kosei's life, and Kosei kind of being there for her and pushing her a little bit without meaning to, brought color back into her life when she was losing it. Almost like he gave back the color she gave him. And then, of course, with Kosei and Takashi, and Nagi seeing, her hero, this person with this drive and this performance and kind of that intensity, is back. He's back being who he is in his personality. At the same time, saying kind of goodbye to the mirage and kind of accepting this new version of Kosei. This has been a whirlwind and it's been insane. It's been crazy, but I love it. This series is amazing. It's so much fun. A few episodes less and then we're done. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I'll see you next time.